Cobra Kai never dies. Or wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off.
I just realized, I probably should have worn my Karate Kid looking headband for this video, but I forgot about it, so we're just gonna roll with what we have right here. So as I did a video on the Rabbit Hole Roundup channel a few weeks ago about, I really enjoyed the whole Cobra Kai series on Netflix, as well as all the Karate Kid movies, but not just for the action or the jokes, or getting to know all the characters' fun personalities, but for the many life lessons that actually came from the show, and the movies too. The show really revealed how people can change for the better. It revealed the need for accountability over all of your actions in order to move forward, as well as the importance of things like balance and mindfulness in your life, amongst many other lessons, which I'm going to be sharing more of in today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite life lessons that came from either the Cobra Kai series on Netflix or the Karate Kid movies. Also, just in case my eye still isn't perfect, it actually hasn't been a week between filming this video and the last one. It's actually only been a day because I'm going away next week, so I actually decided to film multiple videos within a 2-day span. But having said that, I'm pretty sure my sty in the eye does actually look much better. Hopefully, at least.
Boy, that stings.
Oh, your eye still hurts?
Yeah, you must have squirted a piece of pulp in it too.
So without further ado, let's dive deeper now.
Give me a...
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss. If you guys know it must mean not subscribe to the channel, so you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts on this video. Follow me on every platform. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my book, Fight Through It by Jared Weiss. All links purchased are on my website, which is jaredryanweiss.com. That's JAREDRYANWEISS.com. Buy the book, support me. As always, and support is very much appreciated. Also, I'm pretty sure by now, all the shirts should be up on that website, so I'd also really appreciate it if you guys would check out all the merch and shirts. I think it's really cool stuff, so be sure to do that as well. Now for the 5 favorite lessons, life lessons, from Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid, let's get to it now. So the first life lesson from the whole Karateverse is that anyone can change for the better. Yes, it may take time, and of course it may be harder for some people to do this due to having a troubled past, bad parents, but we all have the power within us to commit to doing better. And you don't want to rush this by throwing a million different new habits, but if you start small and commit to doing a little bit better every day, eventually all those good habits and being kinder, treating people nicer, and with more respect, it all adds up. And yes, of course, just a TV show, but it's like if we're talking about real life examples, one of my favorite people who illustrates this concept perfectly is Jelly Roll, a former felon who once held someone up at gunpoint for drugs, had a very troubled childhood, went through a lot of addiction with drugs, but he ends up winning the Best New Artist at the age of 39, and has actually been able to turn his whole life around. He speaks about positivity, he helps people connect with God better, he's been working on improving his health, so it's never too late to make a change.
You can change. You can adapt.
And so getting back to the whole Cobra Kai series, it was really cool to see how Johnny Lawrence, who seemed to be a hardened adult who was so set in his ways, with a passive alcoholism, a bad relationship with his dad, a non-existent relationship with his son, was slowly able to fix all of his issues, and no, maybe he didn't end up totally perfect.
Got him. No mercy.
But then again, who is? But it was very clear to see him taking accountability for his past actions and his mistakes, and he was also willing to ask for help from someone like Daniel Larusso and others as well.
Pretty good at the sensei shit.
Good. Because break's over.
He didn't let the mistakes of his past determine his future, and through his own transformation, he was able to give confidence to his students and help them become more successful and avoid the pitfalls that he faced in his own life. And this idea of flipping the script does not just apply to Johnny. And while I didn't really like this scene, because I didn't like how Johnny made fun of Hawk for his physical deformity, which of course he has no control over.
If you don't want me to call you lip, then don't have a weird lip. Can't you get surgery for that?
I was born with a cleft lip.
If you want to be something other than a nerd with a scar on his lip, then you gotta flip the script.
Eli, what happened? I'm flipping the script.
But in a weird way, he did actually help him out by giving him a lot more confidence and by giving him a whole new persona. And it's like, if I want to relate this to my own life, it's like sometimes you actually lean into your challenges and make them cool. Like me with all my speech challenges. I can sit around here feeling bad for myself and stay quiet, not talk to anyone, or I can flip the script, start up a podcast, and be like, now what? What are you gonna make fun of me for now? You made a perfect speech and you didn't even have the courage to do what I'm doing. So it's like, yes, each of us has our own strengths and weaknesses, but as in the case with Hawk, he didn't actually get rid of his whole physical deformity. He just made himself into like a really cool guy who was super confident, and he basically forced everyone to respect him, in spite of his challenges. Next up, the second life lesson I want to talk about, which comes from the Karate Kid, but also Cobra Kai, is when your life is balanced, everything is better. And of course, who says this? Mr. Miyagi.
Whole life have a balance. Everything be better.
Now I know of course someone like Tim Grover, who's someone who I respect a lot, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's former trainer, who's also a really good author, will tell you that balance is a myth, and to an extent I get what he's saying, because it is true that everyone's balance is different. But I also know from my own experience,
I know from experience, dude,
that sometimes I've been the type of person who pushes way too hard and ends up getting hurt as a result, whether with my training or even life as a whole. And I believe, because I've learned this, that when I'm getting more sleep and having great friendships, and also some people in my life who I make time for, my life and progress on my goals is actually way better. I used to think like it had to be work 100% of the time, and if you weren't working, you were being lazy. But then I saw all these other successful people who had more balance in their lives, whether socially, physically. So I realized that yes, maybe my own work-life balance might be different from the guy next to me, and someone else might not be able to push as hard as me, but then maybe I need more sleep, or more alone time than someone else, in order to recharge. So it's a matter of finding what your own balance is, understanding what your body can handle, because no one can say that you're doing too much or too little if they don't understand you on a holistic person level. I believe there are certain things that each of us needs to be our best and to perform at our best, but once again, that differs on a person by person level. And it's like, once again, one person might need to be around people 24/7, someone else needs a lot more alone time, or one person needs this much time for their friends, this much time for their relationships, this much time for their workouts, this much sleep, this much training, etc, etc. And it's like another example I've used in the past is like Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James and Stephen Curry. Kobe was more about go 100% of the time, 6-hour training days, whereas LeBron and Steph have more fun overall, and seemingly more balance. And of course these guys have been super successful late into their careers. But of course all of them are successful in their own way. It doesn't mean like any of them is doing it wrong, although towards the end of his career, Kobe probably could benefit from more balance, and more sleep and more rest time. But it's just like each of them had to find what works best for them. But you can't tell someone to do what Kobe does, and that you have to train for 6 hours a day if you don't want to be lazy. Believe me, I tried that out myself. But remember, no advice is good for everyone, but Mr. Miyagi is totally right when he says how, when you have a good balance of everything in your life, you're going to be more successful and happier overall too. And the happier you are, the more successful, the more well rested, and the more at peace you're going to be with your whole life. Now another powerful life lesson from Cobra Kai is the importance of self-awareness. It's like at the start of Cobra Kai, it may have appeared like Daniel was perfect and Johnny was super flawed, and was the only one who was flawed, but as you were able to see throughout all the seasons, each had their own set of challenges and things that made them tick, things that set them off, and they had to work through these, and oftentimes the answers came when they were able to quiet their minds and not react so emotionally. However, the methods to solving each of their problems often took on super different paths. And it's like, even though I already spoke about this concept of balance and the importance of it, from the perspective of self-awareness, so Daniel of course was programmed to focus on defense and only fight or only jump when attacked, while Johnny, as we know, was trained in strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
No mercy. No mercy.
No mercy!
But by the end we see how each style has its place, and Daniel realizes that sometimes maybe you do have to strike first.
Haven't you heard? Cobra Kai never dies.
While Johnny realizes the importance of balance and defense and not only offense. So there is no one-size-fits-all method to our problems, whether in karate or in life. But having the self-awareness to know what each of us needs and needs more of, and what our strengths and weaknesses are, will help us to give the world the best version of ourselves, and sometimes the best way to avoid conflict is to avoid it or sidestep it altogether, prioritizing peace over aggression, while other times the best way to avoid conflict, or to avoid furthering conflict, whether inner or outer, is to attack it head on before it erupts into something even worse. Now the fourth lesson from Cobra Kai, or the Karate Kid like I want to address, and this lesson of course comes more from the original Karate Kid movies, but like it also was touched on in the Cobra Kai series, is to craft your life like a bonsai tree, with that level of precision and attention to detail. So of course Mr. Miyagi gave Daniel Larusso a bonsai tree at a young age, and then he also gave one to Robbie in the Cobra Kai series. But the lesson from the tree is that if the tree has strong roots and a strong foundation, just as you do as a person, and you know who you are, you can withstand anything.
Make it because have strong root. Just like you, Daniel-san. Inside you have strong root. No need nothing except what inside you.
But now it's up to you to curate and craft your life the way you want it to be, and the best way you see fit, and visualize it all coming together in this exact fashion. and this also ties into the concept of manifestation, of course. Furthermore, bonsai trees can thrive in small spaces, which signifies the ability to adapt to challenges as they come, and to be able to overcome adversity. Also, bonsai trees can take a while to grow, so this is of course showing the need for patience on your journey and showing you why you can't rush the process when it comes to personal transformation and growth and development, and this requires mindfulness and taking your time when it comes to making important decisions in your life. And finally, the bonsai represents you choosing your own path, because a bonsai artist is going to shape the tree however they choose. There is no one right way to do it, but you must choose the path that suits you best, and the one that highlights your strengths in the best way possible, and that helps you to live your best life. Now, the fifth and final life lesson I want to talk about from Cobra Kai, even though I'm sure there's probably so many more I could talk about, and I may even consider a part 2 video in the future if I do end up thinking of a bunch more. But this lesson is coming from Daniel Larusso as he says to his daughter Sam, only you can pick yourself up when you're down. Now look, I know every time in my own life when I've been knocked down, oftentimes once I get up, then I'm going to find the help from people, then I'm going to find all the people who are able to guide me further along my journey. But you have to make that own internal decision on your own to pick yourself up, dust yourself up, and get back in that ring.
Life shows no mercy, so neither do we.
Because no one's going to do it for you. Life can be hard sometimes. We're all going to get knocked down at one point or another, and some of us way harder than others. But God wouldn't give you more than you could handle. So if you're still breathing and you're still going in this life, you have an obligation to get back up every time you fall, every time you fail, and see it all as working in your favor, making you stronger, giving you more calluses, and if you do that, you can do anything. One of the most admirable things any of us could do is to keep trying every time we fail, and still believe that our dreams are possible. Even when we're being tested, even when it seems like nothing is working in our favor, you can't defeat the person who never quits. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing all the life lessons from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment. I will catch you guys next time. Stay positive, stay hustling, stay grinding, stay learning from your own life. Any type of transformation is possible, you just have to believe it first. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.